Hello, denizens. Former network executive reaction here. Forget about the House of Dragons. You wanted a Game of Thrones? Well, Disney has delivered it. If you haven't heard, Disney's CEO of 2 years, Bob Chapek, has been ousted in favor of the same as the old boss, Bob Iger. Let's not forget that Iger was pushed out in favor of Chapek. What changed? Well, a drop in stocks, first of all, and COVID, which was Chapek's fault, and he should have been able to plow through that without any issue. Certainly the 1%ers on the board will have thought that because they always feel they are smarter than anyone else and can't understand why those damned underclass people just don't work harder. People who saw their stocks plummet have short memories. They wanted to return to the halcyon days of Bob Iger. First off, you have to understand that this is a decision that the Disney board made. The CEO works for the board. He or she executes the plan that the board approves. The CEO is not an all-powerful monarch in most companies, Steve Jobs and Larry Ellison accepted, and probably Elon Musk. So, what's going on here? Disney stock has kamikazed. That's certainly a reason to jettison your CEO. I think no one would disagree that the movies and entertainment product that Chapek had to endure were all in the pipeline before he came on board, except for the parks, as he was in charge of them already, which took a nosedive during COVID. No surprise. Maybe Iger didn't like seeing all his work being undone. Maybe he didn't like being blamed for the mess he left Chapek. Understand, this didn't happen suddenly. Iger has been bending the ears of the sycophantic board members for a long time, and board members friendly to Chapek would have been communicating this back to him. Talk about having to keep a very big supply of Maalox and vodka on hand. Who could work in such an environment? Now, this is the real Game of Thrones. I'm not sure what Iger is going to do, as he was the architect of the mess he's stepping back into. He's the one who populated Disney's office cubicles with a slate of talentless hacks. Perhaps it was they-them who were bending his ear. Please, Bob, come back before Bob fires us all. Did you like my Bill Paxton there? My prediction is that the mass firings are all going to be called off or severely reduced initially. In all of this, Kathleen Kennedy, I'm sure, has been unctuously pawing Iger to come back. Chapek doesn't like my ending of Indy. He's a hairless meanie. Of course, all of these things were happening. It had to before the release of Strange World, because that will be a massive flop. Perhaps the Wakanda Lives Matter people were lobbying Iger, knowing that not really Black Panther was also underperforming, and they were blaming it on Chapek. Oh, there have been a lot of people begging Iger to come back, but there is one problem. It's really hard to get your old mojo back. The excitement that he would have had when he first moved in as CEO after Eisner will be there. The fire will not be as intense. He's no Steve Jobs. Steve came back to Apple, cut products, fired people, reshaped the priorities of the company. Will Iger be doing that? No, he's coming back to maintain the status quo he created. Anything other than that would be an indictment of his own failed leadership. No way he's going to shit his own bed. But we shall see. Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.